Here we go. Here we go. Yes, it is rocking it. Man, is this a great day or what? We are on the i35 Realty radio show, and I'm so glad to be back. I'll be honest with you, I didn't listen to my own best of show on Saturday. I hope Aaron took care of all of us. It was great. I took off the week and went. My wife did a great deal for me. And, well, we'll get into that in a second. And this is Bill Vernon. You're a realtor for the Central Texas area. You're a KW agent for the Temple Belton, the Killeen Greater Fort Hood, in Waco area. So if you're interested in any of those areas, you have the man that is ready to help you out. And, of course, we have the trusty Jamie Green on the boards. How are we doing today, Mr. Green?
I'm good, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I really appreciate his participation in the show because without him, well, I'd be kind of clueless. I mean, I'm a realtor, not a board operator, a radio guy like he is. So we really appreciate it, Mr. Green. Is this a great day or what? Did you walk out there and feel that weather?
Yeah, well, when I can get a moment out of running 3 radio stations right now.
You are the hardest working man in radio.
I try.
I mean, it's so fun to watch you run back and forth.
I'm not the hardest working. There's guys that's running around here 5 days a week doing it, so I'm pretty much... I just take care of Saturday and Sunday. Make sure things don't fall apart over the weekend.
Right, you get to rest for 5 days out of the week. Right. That's good because you need it. Really appreciate you, guy. And well, let's go back to it. My wife did me a great present. I am getting old. I'm 50 years old, and therefore I'm a baby boomer. And so she decided, hey, I want to give you a great present. And I go, really? What's that? She took me to the All-Star game up in Minnesota. Yes, wow. Mr. Green. Yes, he spun his head around and went, wow. Yes. Hey, it was fun. It was great. I would encourage everybody. Of course, we have family up in Minnesota, and so it was cheap on us because we could go, sleep in their basement. They have basements in those houses. Mm-hmm. Kind of interesting. So we went to the All-Star game, and it was a lot of fun, and so that's where I was, and most of the week, and so therefore we don't have a guest. Yes, I know all of you are crying about that, but we have a lot of other great stuff to do, and in fact, I really am looking forward to some of the guests we do have lined up later. I'll just kind of hold off on them, but we're going to talk about subjects like taxes. A lot of people buy houses, Jamie, and here's the deal. You and I make a lot of money. And how do we hang on to that money?
Well, I mean, that's debatable as far as my end of making money.
It's all relative, right? It's all relative.
I don't know how much money you're making, but I can assure you over here on this side, there's not much money being made.
Right. Okay.
I'm hanging on, though. Okay,
that's good. That's good. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear because I want you there every Saturday morning because you're such a great guy at this. And so, anyways, one of our objects is to hang on to that money after we make it. And so we're going to have some great tax advice coming up. We're going to get some people on here talking about property taxes. And I have a great guest. We're going to have our own recurring, and that's Vicki Johnson from Lawton Vernon and Company, the CPA firm for the Central Texas area. And I'm sure you just probably heard a familiar name in there. Yes, that was my father that is one of the partners out there, used to be a partner out there. And so we're going to have Vicki come on and talk to us about all sorts of tax questions and et cetera. So I want you guys to, if you have a tax question, and for instance, I was sitting there talking to her about, hey, let's talk about home office because a lot of that paperwork is being thrown in front of my clients. And, of course, they're looking at it and the title person at the table is not going to give you any advice other than to sign here, sign there. Read, and if you can't read it, she'll read it for you. But that's about it. And so we all need to be kind of educated about our tax stuff so we understand when we're signing this paperwork what we're signing. So we're going to have her come on. Of course, we're going to have more mortgage people. Our favorite mortgage people of all is Fairway, Brad, and Dragoon, his bunch. So we're going to have them come on, and I'm looking really pumped. But we're going to kind of do something a little different every so often, and that's kind of a day like this where we're just all over the map on real estate. We're going to just go throw out a lot of stuff and talk about a lot of different stuff. So put your seatbelts on and let's start. Of course, again, you can reach out to us at 888-559-5217 with those tax questions about real estate. Anything that real estate related, once you give us a call or visit our email, radio@i35realty.com. Reach out there with any questions you might have, and because we want to help you. And, of course, we got statistics going. We got Adam. He went and crunched us some numbers. He did us a great job here. And what we're going to look at is what new listings, expired listings, and pending contracts for the last 30 days. In the Temple Belton board, new listings were 319. Expired listings were 39. Pending contracts, 228. And what I want to do is kind of look at our first time we gave you these statistics way back in May. New listings back in May were 287. Well, you can see with 319 now that they're going up. And let's go to expired listings. Expired listings for last in May was 27. We're at 39. And pending contracts, again, 228. Well, pending contracts or 162 in May. So 128, 162. Hey, we are actually selling some houses. So Temple, even though you notice expired listings kind of ticked up and new listings ticked up, they're still selling. So we're still rocking. A well-positioned home will sell. And so I want you to, be heartened, even though you're listening to some news that might sound bad. Here in Temple, real estate locally is doing great. Hey, let's go to Greater Fort Hood the last 30 days. New listings were 448. Well, in May, there were 518. Expired listings are 479 in the last 30 days. In May, it was, expired listings were 458. So still kind of, still tracking pretty close. Pending sales contracts for the last 30 days, 334. Pending contracts, 329. What I'm going to say to you is this. Why are these houses expiring? You look at that. That's a lot of houses. Almost as many houses that were added expired. And I'm going to tell you the reason why is you don't have you got to have aggressive realtors. And we've got to do the right job. To me, an expired listing is a realtor not really doing their job and helping you getting stuff done. So in a tough market, you're in need of a tough agent. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I sit down with you, I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat this stuff. And in Killeen, there's a lot of stuff that I want to sit down and talk to you about that sometimes you're not going to like what you hear. However, I'm going to tell you this. I brought in somebody. We're closing a deal later this week. Had him in July. We went and looked at some houses. Bam, we bought a house. So there's people out there wanting to buy in Killeen. However, when you put your house up for sale, it's going to be sold. If you well market it and put it in great position to be sold. Hey, let's go to Waco the last 30 days. New listings is 366. And the first time we did this was in May, which, by the way, were April statistics. I don't know if I made that clear. I didn't. 366. Well, then it was 364. So the new listings are kind of tracking the same. Expired listings were 50. Well, guess what they were in April? A 50. Almost exactly the same. That's interesting. Pending contracts, last 30 days, 236 in Waco. Pending contracts in April were 418. We were sitting with some people, agents, great agents. I really respect these people a lot. Hence why I sat down and listened to them talk. I just shut up. I know a lot of you are kind of going, does Bill really, is he really quiet? Well, I don't know. We'll see. But I do sit down and listen to them. And they were noticing this trend earlier, that we were at 418 pending contracts. Now we're down to 236. So I find that kind of interesting statistic. Again, it is a slowdown. However, some houses are being sold. The question is your house being sold in Waco? And where you need to think about that is the agent that you're getting. What is your agent doing for you to get your house sold? Well, let's talk about some properties. We're going to talk about properties throughout the show today. And I want to look at 4312 Larry Don Lane in Waco. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1867 on the square footage in Waco. This is 154.9. Great house. Jeff, you met Jeff earlier this month, and great realtor. I'm telling you, I am so pumped that he's on our team because here's a guy. He sat down in front of me, brand new agent, says, Bill, what do I need to do? I go, you do this. A little simple trick. He did that simple trick, bam, a listing. So, the moral of that story, and I'm kind of telling you, our new motto at i35 Realty is we do it. We do it. Because I want to tell you this. Some people even agree with me on this, but I do self-deprecating humor here. I'm not exactly the smartest guy in the world. In fact, there's some people that would agree with me on that. And when I got my real estate license, amazing, my IQ dropped 10 points. And what was so funny about that is, to me, is before I got my real estate license, the respect was just, I give an opinion, and people now you roll in and start talking to somebody, and they go no, and I kind of go okay, I work hard to be a professional, know my numbers, know my stuff. What's in the moral of the story is that what I do best. And why I think I'm such a great realtor is I pay attention to what works, and then I go do it. The tools are out there. They're laying on the ground. The question is, are you going to pick them up and use them? Are you going to be focused? Are you going to be committed? And are you going to get up every morning and work hard? Well, yeah. Jeff and I are going to get up and work hard for you. The I-35 Realty team are going to get up and work for you. In tough markets or easy markets, you're talking to the best real estate agents. And you can reach us at 888-559-5217. Hey, I want to talk about this great house, and it's in Axtell. If you're looking to retire and want a little country place, this is great. New listing. It's 13364 East Avenue. How about Highway 94? It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1748 on the square footage, set on 1682 acres. That doesn't make any sense. How about 16.82 acres? There, we got it out. It has a shop and barn. It has electricity and water out to the barn. It has loading chutes on that. 2 great tanks. Stocked with bass. They pulled out a 6-pound bass and were showing it to me. It was pretty. And they catch and release on their ponds, and you really need to take a look at this property. $299.9, and it's a great property. And hey, we need to talk about something else. I'm not going to plug this too much. It's the only time I'm going to hear about this, but the Waco, because they didn't pay me to do this, so I'm not plug them too hard. Waco's about to have their home shows, builder home shows this weekend. So because of that, in honor of that, we're going to have 2 open houses in the Hewitt area, real close to each other, so you can go see them. Open house is 204 Topaz Circle in Hewitt. That's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $15.54 on the square footage. I love this house. Brand new listing. Got it this week. It is $138,900. It has this great little shed outside you're going to see here pretty soon. Pictures of me sitting on it and talking. Love this house. You need to come see it. The other house we're having is 243 West Hill in Hewitt. 3-bedroom, 2.5, that's 2 bath. 1527 on the square footage. That's $121,900. Both of these are great buys in a great neighborhood, Midway School District. Get on the freeway in a flash to go wherever you want, unless you're going through Bruceville Eddy. I don't know what's going on there. That is a mess. What's going on there?
I have no clue myself.
I mean, truck fires. I heard one when I was gone, and we got up in the morning. You know, I live out in Moody, and it was a mess. And then my wife calls me and says, "Don't come this way." So I don't know. It's
so
a while.
You can't go home.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said.
Don't
go home. And I was like, okay. So let's kind of talk about something. Hey, Jamie, do you got your hand on the bleep button?
No bleep button.
Okay, so we're about.
Don't say it.
I'm about.
Just don't say it.
You don't want me to say it because I'm about to say it.
Don't say it.
I'm about to say the.
No.
I'm about to say the F word.
No.
He's reaching over.
Finance.
I'm gonna. No, not finance. Another F word.
Okay, I have my finger on something.
You're gonna turn me off. Flipping. That's the word. Flip. That's the F word.
Okay.
Okay. Now he's got his hand off the button. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
He's wondering, is Bill going off the edge?
Yeah. We're talking real estate. He's going off the deep end.
He's going. Wait. Where are we going with this? We're going to talk about flipping houses, and why this is a subject of conversation today is this. I'm getting a lot of phone calls because people are watching a certain show. We're not going to advertise it because, again, they're not paying me, so I'm not going to advertise their show.
Right.
But it's out of Waco, and so now I'm getting all these great calls about, hey, I want to flip houses and etc. And why do I say it's the F word to me is because I'm going to be straight up with you. It is not for the faint of heart. It's not for the civilian. You know, and a good example is, I want you to think about this right here. What are the occupation of these flippers? What do they always say? We're realtors. Mm-hmm. I want you to notice that, everybody. I want you to pay attention. Notice all these flippers have their real estate license. Because this is what happens when a flipper comes in and talks to me. They sit down in front of me and go, Bill, I want a house. I want to flip a house. Hey, great. I'm here to help you out. This is what I can bring to you. I can open the door for you. I can give you the MLS feed. And I can give you a CMA of the neighborhood so you know what you're buying. Okay? Is this a good investment?
Right.
Next thing now, my prospective flipper is this. I want to buy houses that are 50% off. Now, Jamie, if I, Bill Vernon, the real estate agent, sees a 50% off deal, who is going to get that deal?
Of course.
Yeah, you do. Jamie, like...
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Bill's going to buy it.
Right.
A realtor's going to buy it. And then guess what they're going to do? They're going to flip it.
Right.
Okay? So what do you think the chances are that Mr. Green's going to get him a flip that's 50% off?
0 to zilch to nada.
Okay. So there's an expectation I want to put with you is that the chances of you flipping a house at those kind of numbers just ain't going to happen. And there's a reason for that. Next thing I would say to you is this about what irritates me about flipping is people go in, buy a house, and they renovate it. Now, you can't see me, but I just quotation marks went over the top of my head, right, Jamie?
I can confirm that.
Yeah, okay. And so here's the deal. I roll into Flip the other day. Brought a great client from out of town. We're going to look at this flip. Walk in there, and on the pictures, it was killer. Mm-hmm. Great colors, a new floor which was vinyl throughout. Mm-hmm. Great looking house, right? So I go walking across the floor in the great room. Walk about halfway through, and all of a sudden it goes crunkle, crunkle, all these weird sounds. They did not glue about a third of the floor in one of the corners.
Wow.
Okay. So we start walking around. I'm walking around. This is why you get a realtor when you want to buy a house, because you have me walking through the house looking, because he was ready to buy. He was ready. I could have had him sign a contract right then, Jamie. He would have bought that house. And here's what happened. We walked through. The pressure valve on the water heater wasn't working. The AC took forever for it to start working. The garage door opener was not even connected. Okay, little details like that. Okay, so my question is, what happened the rest of the flip?
Right.
Okay, you're not. So that's what happens. Everybody comes in there, gets a flip, and thinks, oh, I'm going to do it cheap. Guess what? We did put an offer in there, expecting them to do what? Fix all those parts.
Right.
And guess what? They didn't want to fix it. They didn't want to fix their mess ups.
And that's one of the main problems that I hear about house flipping, is the fact that a lot of these folks don't do the due diligence as far as investing, making sure that things are done correctly and things are fixed correctly.
Right, exactly. And so, the minute you go, oh, this is a flip, your radar should go up. Mm-hmm. And so, anyways, it didn't work out. We're moving on to another house. Moral of that story is you really got to have some money to put in there and do it right and pay attention. So that's the story about flipping. I want to help you out. If you want to be a flipper, I just want you to kind of understand, hey, there are some great builders. There's a great builder in town that, he started out small. Now he's a big guy. Hey, we want to talk about some more properties. I want you to look at some lots. Salado Drive, 15783 Salado and Temple is half acre. Great gated community, built-in schools, ready for you to build. Next thing I want to talk to you is we got this great opportunity over on Hodge Road in Eddy. It's 3 acres and change, almost 4. It's just under 4. Has utilities on it. It had a double wide on it. Hint, hint. If you're looking to park your double wide, here you go. Here's your place. Give me a call. That's a $30,000 lot. Great buy. And so I want you to give me a call and reach out to me about that. Hey, let's talk about the rates right now, right before we close. 30-year fixed is at 427. People, rates are slowly growing. Slowly. It's interesting, again, you read the papers, and I read a lot of articles before the show. We got a pile here in case something happens. But I'm going to tell you right now, what I'm seeing is there's not a lot of positive nor negative news. We're kind of in this middle world. It's kind of very interesting. And that I still got buyers coming in. Of course, I'm out looking for them. That's, a prospect every day so that I can help you out with your real estate needs. But what I'm seeing is that there's neither good nor bad news. But I'm going to tell you right now, rates are going up, and we need to get on the stick and either give me a call so you can buy and sell or invest in properties. You can call me at 888-559-5217. Of course, reach out to us. Give those questions on radio at i35realty.com. You are listening to Bill Vernon, your Central Texas realtor for the Central Texas area, well, of course, and I'm a Keller Williams agent. I really appreciate you listening to I-35 Realty Show, and give me a call, and hey, I think I'm hearing some music. Not yet, because he's saying keep going. Hey, Jamie, I want to say thank you, and we look forward to seeing you Saturday.
I truly hope so. I can be here.
Yeah, if he doesn't run over a chair and break his neck.
I'll probably be out of town next weekend.
You're going?
It's me and my wife's anniversary, so we're probably be heading out to South Padre.
Oh, okay. So and you're not inviting me to come along?
I'm sorry, not this time.
Hey, okay, that's great. We'll talk about it later. Hey, again, appreciate everybody listening to I-35 Realty Show, and I look forward to seeing you next Saturday. Call us at 888-559-5217 to talk to the best real estate agent and best team to help you sell your properties. Look forward to talking to you next Saturday.